I think there's something in my room with me. If I vanish, then call 911. I'm gonna record what I see with my phone, so I'll probably put it on YouTube. I couldn't see anything. I looked everywhere. Everywhere where you can hide. So back to this. So like I was saying, the Purple Empire started by going along here before they expanded over here. And this is all just plains terrain except for like a few forests down by here. But what they do is they start moving up by here. They move to there and they just keep on like slowly expanding. Then they need to cross this river right here. So they build a boat and they build their first settlement right here. That's on the other side of the river. Because they see trees down here and they need that. So they also put one here. So this one will be like prioritizing on just expanding on by the north. And yeah, so these are like borders. These are the borders like some time around in the future. Might as well just do that. That way I can see better. So right now they've expanded into the modern day blues territory, but they're mainly in the red still. Now this is without the settlements. It's boring. Anyway, so they keep on expanding. And they just go up by like this, building another settlement there. They go by here, they build a small village around by here. Right there. And then these guys, the northern part just expands down there. And they keep on expanding north. Until they build another settlement right there. And it's kind of taken shape of what it's going to be. And they've crossed more into modern day blue team's territory. Because all this side is going to be red team, and they're going to have the same capital as purple, the Purple Empire. Which red, the Reds, which what I'm going to call them, the Reds would want to remake this. So they'll like fight the blue. Like they'll fight the blue team, which is going to be on here, to get like lands that they used to control. I made the wrong one disappear. Mistakes happen. So what they do is they basically just follow this river. They like sticking to the coast for now. Now, all these settlements don't exist because they're not in like the color. As soon as they're in the color, they exist. So they're basically so right now they're basically places where they're gonna build the settlements. But anyway, so they keep on expanding there. And they get to the point where they slowly just expand. And they eventually take that. Now, since they're larger, they can expand a little bit bigger. Like they can have a little bit bigger chunks at a time. So they continue like taking stuff. And they just continue expanding. And at this time, they're still mainly in the Reds area. Now, they get to there. So they're basically just going up to there so they can just they're basically just making a road, and then they're like, they just basically want to relax on like the beach by the ocean. And this is where they start expanding a lot, near the ocean. And they start gaining population extremely fast because a lot of people would like to live near the beach. Because a lot of people just like to lay down and relax by the beach and stuff. But anyway, so they get down to here on this part, and they start building settlements around, like, in the forest. And they're not really, like, meant for civilians. They're, like, they will have some civilians, but they're meant for, like, chopping down trees and stuff and getting the resources. So they go expand down by there. And then, what happens is, people from like around here say that we're done with this, we don't really want to be a part of it, so they go somewhere else and they form their own little thing, which they easily get control the entrance to the river. And they even like take that, so we can see the birth of the blues. Now you could basically just call these like the Reds now, because they will collapse very soon, but not yet. Anyway, so now that they're both gaining population, they start expanding at a heavy rate. Like, that's how much they can expand now, by that radius. Yeah, I needed to do that. It just looked weird, like when it expanded like that. So they just expand there, and they also start expanding by there. And they finally control the rest of this river, but the Blues have the most important part because they can build a dam and then stop river flowing, meaning that they can stop water, meaning that water will have to go take longer to get from these villas, like cities and towns and stuff, to get transported all the way to this area. But they didn't figure out how to build dams yet, so but in the future they probably will, and they probably will use them. But what they do is they just expand over by here because they just don't want to go to war, because they don't even know how to, because no one knows how to go to war and how to kill people. No, people have killed people before, but well, in this, not in anything else. But after that, they basically just expand into this barren wasteland area because they're like most of the because right now they're like most of the areas are gonna be over there, and we could find some good spaces to put some houses and stuff down here, so we might as well just go. So they, after voyaging, they make it to there, and after voyaging again, they make it to there, and then they just decide to take all this in one go. Like, they just claim it. Right, so you can see that they're getting bigger now. And the first, like, battle occurs around here, and the Purple Empire is pushed back and even lose one of their cities. And they even lose some up there. But they don't mind that because they have plenty of room that they can expand over there with. So they just take more. And now they both have like a good amount population, so they can like start getting bigger radiuses on like taking stuff. So they take even more. They even take the stuff by there. And then they just take this. Now, since the Blues need more population, they need to find more places where they can fit some homes. So they keep on expanding until they're like, should we just give up and hope? But some people don't stop and they just keep on going. And then they also have another war with them. Well, a battle. It's not really a war. And they take another settlement in some of this riverside here. And then after a while, the Blues just exploring, they finally found a couple of places, like 2 places where they can put some settlements. So they do that. And they just keep on exploring for a little bit longer until they just stop. Now, this is the border on what it's going to be like in the future. Then this is what the borders are right now. Now, purple, the Purple Empire continues to grow, and they even go down by the south. And they take that, And then they find another place where they can put some towns and stuff, or like, yeah. And then they just take that. But then they soon realize that after expanding like this, they find like some weird thing over by here that starts a plague. Oh frick, I didn't mean to do that. So the people there die, and then all this area just vanishes, and then there just vanishes. So now they basically have to reconquer, basically. Luckily, the Blues have a sigh of relief because one, their population, well, hasn't really been touched, but it has been dropped, which is one thing. And they have to focus on re-expanding into these areas again, which would distract them, so these guys could start, like, taking this, and then they can start expanding the borders with them, preparing for a war. And what they do is, they basically leave, like, a slim area of expansion there, so they can just walk through and claim it while attacking them. So they're basically being cheeky. Like they are. Or they're just using a 3000 level IQ strategy. Right, so the Blues declare war on the Purple Empire. So the first thing that happens is this part gets encircled, but there wasn't any troops there. There was only like a couple, so not major losses. But they get pushed. They start getting pushed even more. They take all of down there. They start pushing up by here. They push up by here. They also take that. And then what they do is they basically just use their military and just push to there, taking a lot of settlements, and then they just rapidly expand down by here. So they basically just take that, and the Purple Empire's capital, is being threatened, and as soon as it's taken, they surrender. Frick's sake, I have to go. Guys. I'm back. Anyway, so after that, they still fight because they still got a good amount of areas, like settlements, but as soon as they lose their coastal ones, and like this one right here, that's when they start peace negotiations. So they say, how about we have this? And they're like, okay. So, I just need to put that on. Yeah, so these are the borders now. And, let me just... The Purple Empire is basically being dissolved. Just have to do this so it doesn't pass through. Because if it goes like that, it's going to do this. And I don't want that to happen. I want to draw directly on the border like that. So, this way is like reliable. Anyway, so the birth of the Reds. Now it's the Blues versus the Reds. And the Reds have plans. They used to be like this great nation. And they want to become that again. So they start building up their industry and stuff. And we're just going to use this for their invasion color. And no, that's too small. The first thing that they do is they march their troops into here, and the Blues are like, what is going on? But they just are chill with it. For now, well, why are they chill? You might be asking. I don't know. I don't know. Don't ask me. All right, just don't ask me. Or else I think the Reds will come to your house at night and kill you. I'm not sure. Just do not ask me. And it seems that the blue team didn't get their letter that they said that they declared war on them. So they're wondering why they're doing this until they're like, okay, let's send another one, because maybe then they'll figure out. And then they get that one, and they're like, okay, game on. But it's already too late because all their military is just chilling right around by here, around the capital. And they're like, okay, yeah, everything's getting out of hand. We're gonna have to do something. They're already this close to our capital. We got to build a defense line. Right here. The first one's here. The second one is along the river. By here. And then as long as it's going down by there and then on this river. And then the last one's guarding these two. Well, basically like that. Because what they can do now is naval invasion. And they use it there. And it starts to blow up. There's no one there to stop it. So they basically, so the third one, guarding these two, instead of guarding it like that, they have to draw it back to this. Then the one on the river have to bring their troops out of there, and then just have to guard there. And at this time, all their coastal cities have been captured. All coastal settlements, I'll just say that. Then their capital has been taken. But then something bad happens. The government was assassinated, the Reds, and now they're in a state of catastrophe. So what happens is this part declares independence, me just give them a city. You know what? Let's like put more cities down, because weren't they have like built more because they've an expanded population? Yeah. So these people, these people, I drew all those cities on the wrong one. I'm stupid. Supposed to go in. Is it this one? Yes. But now we can head back to here. Now we can. So they declare independence. Cough, cough. And they start by invading the lands here. I didn't mean to do that. And they eventually get to the city. Wait. So they get to the city. And what they do is they start using their military to just go to city, like this. Eventually getting to there. And now that they're there, the blues can actually push. I forgot that color is for the river, so sorry. But they push to there. And even up by here. So it's basically just a stalemate until the Reds cut off this army here into several groups, well, these rebellions, and they take that city back, and then they just destroy whatever is left of the army that pushed into them. But they can't really just get this one because these guys have some of their troops in there, but they're able to start pushing into there and claim their own land back, and eventually after taking it, they finally get it, and now they're able to send those same troops back to here to help fight. And now blue is peeing themselves. eventually, after some time, this side of the river is taken, but they still don't give up. It's down to their third line of defense. They're still confident that they will hold. So it gets to this point, and their third line of defense is still holding pretty well until a breakthrough happens around here. Well, no. The Blues actually decide to get into here, which they take, and they just push up by here. But the Reds have a excellent idea to recapture that and encircle those armies, then destroy them, destroying a lot of their army, meaning they have to fall back again. And then after a while of like battling it out, the Blues eventually come to a deal. Now the deal is, let me just get it back to the, nope, definitely not there. But the deal is, let me just get rid of this. Oh, that's how disgusting it is. Yeah, so they proposed a deal. It's peace treaty. Now that the Blues have lost, they have to have a lot of land taken from them, and the Reds have a lot, and they even like control up by here. But they didn't touch their capital, which the Blues are like, okay, well, we gotta be happy about that. Like, at least we got our capital. We don't care about anything. No, they definitely are not happy with this. But there's nothing they can do until they get a stronger military. And the perfect time to fight, which is coming around about, let's just say, now. Where, wait, let me just put the border back in so I can see. Over on this occupied region here, there's a brown, there are brown, like, the Browns, which I'm going to call that, declare independence. Well, they just start fighting back. Maybe I should call them poop. They remind me of poop. Or chocolate. But anyway, they push up by there, and they're actually going by quick. Because their military is mainly like stationed, their military literally just stations like around by here. And like a couple by there, so they get slowed down by the approaches of the capital. But not by down here, so all of this would fall. Now, they still have a lot of army there and here, just in case the Blues join in, but they do secretly send their troops to here, which allows them to get another victory here. But when the Reds find out, they're unhappy. So they quickly just invade them, occupying this area. And they start pushing back. But what the Browns don't know is they do a massive scaled invasion, which happens to there. And And then they just say to themselves, you know what, I'm done with this. Let's just invade blue. It's probably them who started this anyway. So they just massively skilled invaded it, and this time they just don't care about that anyway. And now what they do is look at this boy. They just annex that, but after like a long time they start rebelling. And the greens, like you said, do not pop up. I don't know why they're here. Well, probably because they went back. But they start like fighting. But now instead of just putting their army in and saying that that's an occupied zone, they're just pushing. But it goes back and forth. And then they go like yee and yee and yee and everything's there it is again. Goodbye everyone. I hope you enjoyed the video. No, I'm just kidding. What's the fun in that? No, but seriously, they do just take that and then they're effed. Because they're rapidly encircled and stuff, which they were gonna die anyway. But they die now. And Red's like, let's annex everything. I'm going insane now. But anyway. Let's actually go back in time to see when oh, I forgot I had to get rid of all this. Well, it's fine. Why isn't oh, I can only get back this far. No, I just wanted to see that. Well, I'm getting to file, save. There we go. I'm just gonna save that so I can like look at this. Just enjoy it. Because I'll be ending it now. Yeah. And now I'm gonna end it, but I'm also gonna make another one. The reason why is for that, I'm gonna be going on Roblox and playing Country Ball World again. And I don't want there to be any like music that can get this video copyrighted when I like log into it, and I have no control over it. So I'm just gonna end this one because I don't want it to get copyrighted. And then when I start the next one, I'm going to be in a private server. Or should I do that? No, I'm gonna take a break. So good night, everyone, and have a good rest of your day before it ends. Before you never see this day in this year again. The next time we see this date is going to be next year, which is 2026. Which why am I already thinking about 2026? Is it a usual thing? Well, I don't know. Anyway, goodbye.